What company is tapping into deep water reserves in Mexico? Which company is spending $40 million in Canada? And whose company is working on a new separation plant? All this and more when we come back. Hello and welcome back to EnergyScout News and Information. I'm your host, Reb Byers. Today's segment will focus on major producers within the energy industry. And breaking news, BP and ConocoPhillips have combined resources in the Alaska gas pipeline to start the Denali. The pipeline will move approximately 4 billion cubic feet of natural gas per day to markets. BP and ConocoPhillips plan to spend $600 million to reach the first major project milestone, an open season which is commencing before year-end of 2010. In other news, Chevron has submitted proposals to tap deepwater oil and natural gas reserves in Mexico to the government in Mexico City as the country weighs up its options to stem declining output. Mexico has 12.4 billion barrels of untapped oil reserves, or 10% of the world's crude, according to the United States Energy Department. The country's reserves are declining because most formations in the Mexican section of the Gulf of Mexico remain unexplored. Now let's take a further look at other news in the energy industry. International oil major BP and regional refiner and marketer Irving Oil have entered into a work agreement on the next phase of engineering, design, and feasibility for the proposed Ider Rock refinery in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. BP will contribute $40 million as its share of funding for this stage of the study, and the two companies will also investigate the possibility of forming a joint venture to build a refinery should they decide to proceed. State Oil Hydro, Chevron, and Petrobras have ventured into a research project to develop a new generation compact deepwater separation plant that is to be lighter and smaller than existing solutions. The new plant will see the assembling of known technology in new ways with the aim of developing a plant that will be able to work in the water depths of 2,500 meters to 3,000 meters. Now it's down to business, but first let's take a look at our leaders and laggards. In oil and gas, crude oil is up 11 cents to $108.61. Natural gas has also gone up 28 cents to $9.97. And now, let's take a quick look at this week's mergers and acquisitions. In strange news today, girls are tough, but do you know any who are 97 pounds and can powerlift 245? I didn't think so.
If you didn't know better, you might say Susana Sanchez looks out of place in a weight room. Like many 17-year-old girls at Alvin High School, she wears makeup and jewelry. But let us show you Susana just a few minutes earlier. Susana Sanchez is a powerlifting state champion, full of force that may fool you. Everybody looks at you and they think you're so small, so cute, so girly. Powerlifting?
Well, I think I'm really strong. I'm not trying to sound conceited.
She weighs 97 pounds, but deadlifts 245. That's more than 2.5 times her weight. That's like an average American man lifting 476 pounds. Watch her do it. This is not exactly what her father thought best for her.
When I was younger, I wanted to be in boxing, and he said no because girls couldn't do that.
More girls are drawn to the weight room, but many are still uneasy about the idea.
You're going to develop a leaner and stronger core and look better, but it's not going to grow, and you're not going to turn, the girls are all afraid of turning manly.
Well, they shouldn't be worried about being too manly. Well, maybe a little, since they can beat up any of their boyfriends. And that's it for today's Energy Headlines. Be sure to check out our website daily at EnergyScout.com for up-to-date rig counts and company information. And be sure to stay tuned with us tomorrow. We will take a look at independent producers within the energy industry. For EnergyScout News and Information, I'm your host, Reb Byers.
outside, the debate rages. Oil, energy, the environment. It is the story of our time, and it is definitive and all-encompassing, and it leaves no one untouched. Because make no mistake, this isn't just about oil companies. This is about you and me, and the undeniable truth that at this moment there are 6.5 billion people on this planet. And by year's end, there'll be another 73 million. And every one of us will need energy to live. Where will it come from? This is Chevron's challenge each day. Because for today and tomorrow and the foreseeable future, our lives demand oil. But what's also true is that we can provide it more intelligently, more efficiently, more respectfully. That we'll never stop looking for alternatives. That an oil company can practice and espouse conservation. Yes, we are an oil company, but right now we're also providing natural gas, solar, hydrogen, geothermal. Because we live on this planet too. This is who we are, in 180 countries. Not corporate titans, but men and women of vision. 58,000 citizens of the world, liberals and conservatives, engineers and scientists, pipeline welders and geologists, husbands and wives, part-time poets and coaches, people who daily try to find newer ways, cleaner ways to power the world. Humans have always reached for what seemed impossible, because it is then that we find a way. Tell us it can't be done. Then watch as we tap the greatest source of energy in the world. Ourselves. This is the power